don't freak out. I mean, keep your prices up to a nice level, you know, and don't freak out if it's not booked and you get like a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away, because you get those people that are looking for a place that are just a few weeks out, you know, and then all the other spots are booked because, you know, they were priced whatever, and they booked them a long time ago. All those spots were booked up first, but you're the last man standing, so they got to pay your rates, you know.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool strategy. Don't freak out, just wait it out, and you're gonna make it up in the end.
Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
Of Live,
Let
Thrive. See, I went low that time. You went high.
My bad.
Harmonizing. No, that's good. We harmonized.
Yeah, harmonized.
I got the low notes going on.
Oh man, we are on episode, what number?
6'5". Rolling in my... Oh, you can't roll in a 6'5". You can, I guess.
Yeah, you can. Huh?
For 64, that's the...
Yeah, the 6'4", that number.
Right there. This is Ep 65, man, of Live, Let Thrive. Your favorite Airbnb... or VRBO, short-term rentals. We talk long-term rentals. We talk legal and illegal rentals. I'm just we talk it all, man. This is cool. Myka's back in the studio. We're actually recording out of the studio. You know, we've got a professional studio here.
Got the studio popped off. Steve poured up some drinks for us since. My last week, I went off on an Airbnb tangent. I walked in. He's like, "Hey, you need a drink this week?" You know, so we got what is that? We got it pouring up over here.
This is a fine rum from I believe it's Guatemala. It's called Botran. Yeah, Ron Añejo.
Pretty
it's
smooth,
15-year rum. 15-year rum. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe you poured Sprite in it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I brought him the Sprite. No, it's good.
Pretty good.
It's a good rum. I like rum. What got me into rums was, you know, on my travels, I tried some Cuban rum one time, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. I love it.
You been to Cuba?
So, no, but they sell it in Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Close enough, right?
Okay.
And so, so I loved it. I thought it was delicious, and so I just started trying out different various rums that were, you know, not quite Cuban, but they were good. And this one's a good one. Yeah, I got it in Mexico also.
Awesome, man.
So yeah, this is the rum episode.
Yeah, rum. So what have you been up to in the Airbnb world?
The Airbnb space, man. Trying to expand the empire a little bit. You know, and this is funny. And they talk about this on the FI communities and stuff like that. And especially I told you I listened to the Minimalist podcast. Mm-hmm. It all kind of blends and weaves together because the minimalists are about, you know, only, you know, don't bring a bunch of stuff in your life that's going to clutter it, you know, whatever it is. Or just you know, live on what you know, on the basics, what you need. You can still enjoy life, but you don't gotta just let's say you go on vacation, you're gonna load up a bunch of crappy souvenirs. Why are you gonna do that? You know, vacation, you know, enjoy the vacation for what it is. Mm-hmm. But they go on a lot of different things, and so what we were talking about was I guess comparing, and doing the show together. Mm-hmm. You know, it's cool because I hear your stories a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dang, you know, he's got all those timeshares. He's got all these arbitrage. He's nonstop, you know. He's got like a house in Arkansas. He's doing stuff in Missouri and Illinois and Texas, and it's just like, man, just by my comparison's sake, you know, man, I'm not doing enough, you know. I start thinking like that, but then I start thinking, well, it shouldn't be about comparisons because what I'm doing, you know, it's more of like a slow run, like a marathon kind of thing. Every year I'm accumulating, that's the rum, accumulating another property, you know? And so this year we're going to get our fourth property, be it in Padre or be it close to us or whatever. And just, you know, just going about it. And I wouldn't say exactly slow, where I'm learning from Airbnb. The next one I'm going to be better at Airbnb. And so it is a compound thing going on. Yeah. But you get in trouble in life is when you start comparing yourself to other people. Like, you know, you see the Joneses getting the big cars and the McMansions, stuff like that. And you say, well, I got to keep up. But it's not about that. So, you know, you're doing your thing in a way that you're doing that, you know, works for you.
Analyze. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I'm doing it in a way that works for us right now.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you know, different ways to skin a cat.
because if you look at the way you're doing things, I actually like it, the one house a year thing, because look at the potential you now have. Because let's say because you still got a long-term tenant, right?
Yeah.
Imagine what you do if you turn that into an Airbnb.
Exactly.
So then now you have the potential to turn this into an Airbnb. 3 whole house Airbnbs, man, that's high profit, you know.
That's
so
pretty good.
It's a way of just kind of looking at what you already have, you know. My stuff I've been doing, man, is just coming from needing to create extra income because I'm no longer in the corporate world, so I need to create those streams of income. But that stuff comes with the headache, man. You know? Trust me, man. Like what Puffy say, more money, more problems, man. Straight up. Straight up. So,
yeah, your hustling is an overdrive, is what it is.
Yeah, and then like it's crazy because that episode, I think it was 63 with Norman, or 62, 63
yes.
with Norman. He really inspired me. He goes, man, you have to keep that hustle up because right now I'm trying to stop the Airbnb hustle, meaning I'm turning it all into passive. Once it becomes passive, I've been talking about starting another little company. Let me tell you kind of about this other company that this guy gave me an idea. So my son's birthday is in 2 weeks. I think I sent you guys the invite. My son's birthday is in 2 weeks, and like he's in love with PJ Masks, right? So Mahogany called around, and she's trying to get someone to dress up like Catboy on PJ Masks, you know. So I was like, okay. So we found out it's like $175, you know, to do one character. For each character is like $175, you know.
Oh, damn.
And we talked to the guy. He's like, yeah, we can do the nay, whatever you guys want us to do. We'll come out, do it, dress up. He goes $175 an hour for just these characters. So I'm like, damn, man, $175 an hour? And I'm talking to him. I'm calculating costs in my head. I'm like, because he's like, he's a school teacher, right? Yeah. So he goes, yeah, all me and my partners that do it, we're all school teachers. So I'm calculating the cost. I'm like, $75 an hour for 3. Let's say you just had all 3. You just want to go all out. You have all 3 of them there, and they come out for 2 hours. 175 times 3 for the 2 hours. That's a nice chunk of change, man. That's like nice hourly rental. So I'm like, man, dude, I'd put on one of those costumes for $175 an hour, you know? Because if you can do 4 parties, or 2 or 3 parties every Saturday of the week, just every Saturday, 3 parties, you're making a nice chunk of change a month for some. But then I was like, man, I wonder if I could turn this to passive. If I could just go to UTA, hire some flunkies, you know. Hey, I'll pay you $20 an hour, and I'm charging them $100 an hour. I take $80 an hour. I'm like, man, that's our next business venture.
Yeah, one step further, like you go to like the gym at UTA, right?
Yeah.
Get some like in shape dudes, you know, maybe put some costumes like Black Panther or whatever.
Yeah.
And then send them to ladies, you know, parties and stuff. Hey, they can make some extra money on the side if they want to. Yeah, as long as you get paid, you better have my money.
I don't want to get into the escort business, man.
Straight pimping. They're all horned up. They're in college anyways. You're just the middleman. Pretty Tony.
But yeah, I was like, damn, man, because when he said $175 an hour, I was like, damn, to put on a PJ Masks. And my wife was like, well, do you want to do it? I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing it just to job. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But I was thinking like I might do it for $175 an hour, you know. So that's another venture. I'm just kind of I was listening to this guy. He does Airbnb, but he has other businesses as well. And I was looking at his ways of just creating businesses, man. You know, having multiple businesses. You know, and that was one of them I was thinking about.
I brought up Fiverr a little bit on the last episode, and I actually sent you and Mahogany a text. I was listening to it was actually the Choose FI episode I was listening to, and they have the guy, welcome to Choose FI, you know, his voice, and they talked about, we found that guy on Fiverr, this and that. And I was like, yeah, that guy sucks. It's like Mahogany, she does our intro, outro, and it's really cool. She has a good voice for it. And y'all might have thought I was joking. I was like, man, go on Fiverr, do some voiceover work. Why not? She's just chilling at whatever. I mean, she does her job, huh?
How much does he charge them?
That's a good question. They just said they found him on Fiverr. I don't even know how Fiverr works. Do you can charge your own rates or whatever?
But yeah, it's more
negotiable.
or less. Yeah, negotiable individual contractors on there. But I didn't know people went on there for that though.
Oh yeah, dude. I actually looked at the site after they mentioned it, and yeah, you can do. I mean, I like to do music and stuff. I can make jingles for people who need a jingle for their business or whatever.
Really?
And they do. People need logos. They go on Fiverr.
Oh yeah, I do my logos off Fiverr too.
Yeah. And but how much did you pay?
Well, we actually got hooked up on our logo because we looked on Fiverr, but then we found out one of Mahogany's friends, she does logos. She was like, "Look, if you guys teach me the Airbnb game, I'll just do any work you want done." So
awesome.
we taught her how to do Airbnb, and she made all our logos.
Okay, well, how much was Fiverr going to charge? Do you know?
It depends on what you need. Like if it's something basic, I think the minimum that I saw, the starting price was like $50.
See,
which ain't bad.
And whenever I heard the word Fiverr before, I thought, oh, so it's $5 for all the services. But no, it's negotiable. Mm-hmm. So I was like, man, she could do some voiceover work. Why not? I mean, I think it would be pretty cool. She has a unique voice. She has a cool voice for it. So I'd throw it out there.
And I never thought about it that way. Getting on there for voiceover work. Because I've been using Clarity to do the the Airbnb, like if you want Airbnb consulting or whatever. But I wonder if you could get on Fiverr and just like set up courses, just teach people how to do certain things. That'd be interesting too. I know there's a few other sites you could do it on as well. So, yeah,
it's a good question. Got to find out, man. We'll dig into Fiverr.
Yes, sir. Get head into Fiverr, Upwork. I use Upwork a lot. And I use onlinejobs.ph a lot as well. Like if you ever need anything done, like especially with like Airbnbs and data entry, those are really good sites. Especially onlinejobs.ph. That's a really good site.
And there's no excuse to not have some work, right? No excuse.
None. No excuse at all, man. You got to have a hustle out here.
Now, does that mean that this bull market is going to keep going and going? Because I mean, we got so many of these other ways to make money now. It's just going to keep propping it up.
That's a good question, man.
Because it was supposed to crash last year. It was supposed to crash the year before. It was supposed to crash the year before that. It was supposed to crash the year before that.
I think every 18... from the looks of the market, it's every 18 years that it crashes. So 2008 was the last crash. So you do, 2026? It's supposed to be the next one? Or after?
Yeah, well, it hit pretty hard after 9/11, too. So that was... It was a unique event, but still, 9/11 it crashed pretty good. Remember?
2001.
It was 2001.
So
it
that
crashed
was 7 years.
So it was, it doesn't always follow, I guess. That
it doesn't always.
But
then also major events too, though.
Yeah, major events could pull it
down. Also, major events, and they said presidential elections have a huge change on the market. Not always, but sometimes they do. Like 2001, if we look at it. Bush had just got in, right? Right.
Yeah.
So that was a huge, and then you had 9/11 right after that. So it's like hard to predict it. If not everything's what's the movie called? The Big Short.
Yeah.
Not everything comes at it like that, but I don't know, man. And I've been wondering, because I'm stacking bread for the crash. That's all I'm doing. I'm just stacking money for the crash. So when it happens. Boom, boom. Just go grab up 3 or 4. If I can grab 2 or 3 duplexes, man, I'm good. And I Airbnb the hell out of those. We'll let the market come back, correct itself.
But I hear a lot of people saying similar to what you're saying. They're stacking cash, waiting for the crash.
Yeah.
I guess this is what I don't know. This is what gets me thinking it might not crash because so many people are out there at the edge of their seat anticipating a crash, saying they're getting their money, they're not buying anything right now, they're saving up, they're waiting for the crash, they can't wait for the crash because they're going to buy up all this stuff. If it does dip or drop and then all the people jump out there and try to start buying stuff, wouldn't that bring it back up like right away immediately? I mean, it's just my opinion.
Not everybody's going to be buying. You got to look at 2008. A lot of people were scared to buy. The smart people were out there buying. Like, not everybody follows Warren Buffett, man. Because Warren Buffett says when everybody's buying, you need to be sitting still. And then when that crash comes and nobody's buying, that's when you need to buy.
When there's blood in the streets.
Yeah.
That's when
I just don't think, because I think what happens is, and this is a lot of thing that happens, I call it investors block. we forget that everyone doesn't think like us. So the people that are sitting still, they know that not everybody's thinking like that. And a lot of people, because I don't think there's really, the only good deals that I see out there, like you have to look high and low to get a good deal out there nowadays, especially in this market. Because stuff's crazy right now. People are overbidding, and that's kind of scary. Like the other day I seen someone post like, hey, you can get a loan at 1.5%. At this, and this, and I'm like, whoa, that's that crap Steve was talking about. And you're like, whoa, they start giving out those low loans, be scared, you know, because I'm like, whoa. So I don't know, man. But
who can predict the future, right?
Yeah, who can predict the future?
And someone jumped in on that show that I told you, the Choose FI show. And I'm late to the game. I realize that. I'm only on the show like 15 or 16. I'm really late to the game.
Yeah.
I listened to like a recent one and I liked it, so I went all the way back. I'm going to do this right. I'm going to go from the very beginning. So I'm probably like, when their shows, I'm probably like in their May 2017 show, you know what I'm saying? But I'm catching up pretty quickly. So I'm over a year behind. But one guy, even back then in May 2017, he jumps on. He goes, "Oh, I know you like you," they answer questions from fans.
Yeah.
And one guy asked him, "I know y'all are big on the Vanguard funds and index funds, stuff like that. But you know, I have this chunk of money I want to put somewhere, but I'm kind of scared to throw it all in now, knowing that the crash could happen any day now." And they went into it and they said, you know, I can see that as a legitimate fear. He has this big chunk of money. He wants to put it somewhere and he's afraid that, you know, the crash will happen the next day. He goes, but I guess all we can say is nobody can really predict the crash.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you just got to keep investing, doing smart moves, and just hope for the best. Because in the long run, even when those dips did happen, you have your money in there. It's gonna go up eventually. And so you can't really. I mean, speculation is a fool's game, or they said something like that. So I don't know. I guess I could see it both ways. I could see you loading up on cash and just waiting for a dip or a crash to happen and jumping in, swooping up all the properties. But I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be. You know, there are deals out there, because you gotta find them, and you gotta keep your name out there. Hey, I'm that real estate guy. You know, let everybody know that. And so, what my buddy Khan told me, Can Boon me, but you and I both of our buddy, right?
Yeah.
And so he's a real estate agent over here. You probably heard us talking about him in previous shows, but he said a guy. His buddy that does, you know, house renovations, flipping, stuff like that. Yeah. He's going to get a nice size 3-2 over there in Hearst for $75,000. Like,
wow. How much? There's a lot of work got to go
into it. And he said
it?
he's going to put a chunk of work in it, but that area is comping out similar houses for like $180,000 and up. And so the thing is, they could have probably sold it just like the way it was, needing work and stuff, for 120 or so, right? 120,000, 130,000. But the old person in there, the elderly person, sorry, they said they can't make a huge chunk of money because that'll put them off their Medicaid. It'll screw up their Medicaid. So they only want to make a minimum amount on selling that house and take a little bit of chunk of change, so they won't lose their Medicaid. Because that's what they said. So wow. they said they'll make $5,000 on the house by selling it at $75,000 instead of selling it at the 120, 130,000. It didn't make sense to me, but I guess if it knocks you off the Medicaid for some reason, that's a huge chunk, man, because those hospital bills are expensive. It'll eat through that crap quick, right? Especially if they're in if they go into assisted living place like that, you know, paying $5,000 a month, that stuff will go quick. So I can see the logic behind it, but that dude was in the right place in the right time because he was able to get that deal for $75,000, a nice house that he's going to be able to flip he's going to put 40, 50 into it and flip it for 180. That's pretty damn good.
So he only wants to make how much profit?
He only wants to walk away with like $5,000 or so. That elderly
How about we
person.
partner on it? I give him $5,000 and I take the rest.
What do you mean?
He only wants to make a $5,000 profit, right?
He already sold the house to Can's buddy. Cam's buddy's the one that found that deal like that.
Damn.
So I know. I mean, yeah, I know. I would partner in a heartbeat.
Hey man, let's partner. You just need $5K. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up.
We need to get with some good wholesalers. Is what we need.
For real, man. Damn, that's a good deal. That's a good
so
deal.
the deals do exist.
Yeah, they
But
exist.
You just got to keep your name out there. Got to keep your, keep
Yeah.
sticking them bandit signs everywhere.
And one thing I want to start doing is I'm going to start going to a lot more meetups, like real estate meetups, to find deals, man. Because I may look at doing a flip or two. Just do one flip or so.
Try it
then,
out, yeah.
Yeah, just to try it and then flip. And then, like, if it's not hitting, Airbnb it while I, because that's what I'm doing in my house in Little Rock. I'm Airbnb-ing it, and I have it listed. It's listed for sale.
Oh,
so yeah,
nice. That's how you got to do it. Double up, right?
Yeah. So and plus I don't want to be in that market anyway. But if I'm making, I might as well make money off of it while you can. And then if somebody buys, because I have it overpriced.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's like $35,000 over the comps. So, but if somebody bites on it, I'll take it. But until then, I'll just keep making money off of it.
And that's what's cool about having like a really nice looking Airbnb setup, because it's like it's already staged.
There you go.
And it's ready to sell. And once you stage something, you're going to get a lot more money for it, right?
Yeah. And the thing about it is the only time, because, okay, so pretty much it's kind of like a family deal here, because my cousin's a realtor. She lists it for me. She has a code to get in the house. So whenever I have, like, let's say, hey, she'll just text me, like, hey, someone wants to view the house. I just block the date. She sets it up, and they just come view it. So that's a good thing about short-term rentals. If you can stage it up real nice, and then you can stage it and list it, that's like some of the best money you can make. You're making money on top of the, all the fees pays for itself.
Yeah, double dip, triple dip.
Straight up, man. I'm loving it, because I got it staged and it's nice. Renovated. It took us a long time, man. After we finally got everything, because we actually got this kind of stuff that you got right here on your ceiling, that crown molding.
Crown molding, yeah.
That is real nice stuff to have. So we put that in there. We did crown molding. We did the bathrooms. We really much gutted that place. So it's pretty much like an Airbnb flip, So
right.
Yeah.
That's cool. A buddy hit me up right now out of the blue asking if I know someone looking for a full size bedroom set he's selling it for $200. I guess the bed and the furniture. So I said, yeah, me.
What is it?
Oh, it's the bed. I'm showing right
nice.
there. It's
How
pretty
much?
nice looking. $200 for
bad.
that. I might talk them down, but I mean, it's gonna come with the bed. I don't know, full size though. Is that worth it? I kind of want queen or more, right?
Yeah, queen or bigger. But at the Airbnb in Fort Worth, we have a trundle bed in there, and it stays booked. It's a trundle bed.
But that's one of the rooms has a trundle, right?
Yeah, it's just one of the rooms.
The other two rooms, because I have in my Hearst house, I have a queen, and a trundle in one of the
That's
rooms.
what we
is
have.
Smaller, and they use them. They
use them.
It's good for the kids. I think it's good for kids. It's kind of like a bunk bed that doesn't take as much room up,
Yeah. And then that's the thing. You have to see if they're coming with kids. But also, okay, so from the last guest at the Fort Worth, the guests before this one that's here now, I found that kids kind of destroy stuff. Like they broke a whole lock off they broke the whole panel off of one of the doors. And I was like, man, it made me really reconsider telling people to have their kids there on whole houses. Have you had any troubles? Or
Not yet. Knock on wood. But I do hear that a lot on other podcasts and on the forums too. People don't like kids in their Airbnbs.
yeah, because that really made me reconsider it, because that was a lot of damage, and like, yeah, it was a lot of damage, man. I'm like, I'm not really a fan of the kids, I like at my Airbnb in Little Rock with the whole house, I don't really advertise for the kids either.
I think that's where my stains come from, is the kids.
Really?
Spilling Kool-Aid and kind of stuff like that. I think that's where that's coming from. I hope it's not adults doing that, but whatever. But I think, but other than that, they haven't really. I've had some curtains fall down. I guess kids yank on the curtains kind of thing.
See, and stuff like that. That's usually
Just
stuff
annoying
adults
crap,
don't.
right?
Yeah, stuff that adults usually don't break.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. The kids thing that's kind of up in the air for me.
But it's a big house, though. It's perfect for families, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. But mine, like, it's been booked pretty well. But like my one in Arkansas is being booked pretty well, and the other one's been booked. But at the same time, there is families that come to the one in Fort Worth. So yeah, that's interesting, man. That's real interesting. I don't know. A lot of people say they don't get pushback though when they say they don't allow kids, and also it targets like the people traveling as couples, things like that. Because my one in Little Rock, I don't allow kids, and everything that I've been getting in so far is traveling couples. So no problem there, you know. But yeah, it's something to consider though. I will tell people, if you do allow kids, there is a chance of extra damages, and it's just kids break stuff, man. That's all it is. They're kids, you know.
So are these couples that stay at your Little Rock, Arkansas place? Are they brother and sister?
What do you mean? No, no, I don't do.
Shout
locals.
out to Little Rock, where the family trees don't branch.
And it's actually funny. Some of the
Just
guests, like 2 of the guests, were from Texas. Like they were from Baytown, Texas. A lot of people from Texas travel over there. So I was like, oh, okay. Because I look at that too, like where you're from, and I think one person was from like Bentonville, Arkansas. But yeah, a lot of people from Texas travel over there. Yeah, so you know, and I think that's a lot of times because a lot of people from Arkansas have migrated to Texas and go back for games and stuff like that. So I mean, it's interesting to see your market. And then one thing I'm liking about this is I'm starting to see that Airbnbs or short-term rentals, they go well in any market. You just have to know what you're doing. Well, not any market. You just have to see what the market is and then just go with it. So it's profitable, you know. Because like right now it's listed at $65 a night on Airbnb and $125 on VRBO, but the mortgage is only $700. So it's gonna balance itself
Dirt
out.
cheap, man.
Yeah. So, but I've made the mortgage for this month. I'll make the mortgage, but I'm not gonna make all the utilities. So, but it'll all work out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and also I noticed VRBO is way. Do you? That's the only thing I had to question for you, because at my Hearst at the Fort Worth house, we get a lot of reservations on HomeAway and VRBO. A lot, like it's a lot. And they pay the money for it too. Like, do you get more reservations on Airbnb or VRBO?
Oh, Airbnb, big time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what this is. Yeah, ours a lot on HomeAway. Like, and they pay big bucks too, and they'll stay 2 or 3 weeks, paying like.
And where's that?
Fort Worth.
Oh, the Fort Worth one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I don't think it's too far from your. No, it's a little bit. It's south, of course, of your.
I need to revamp my Airbnb, my VRBO page though, big time. I need to make it nice, but I'm gonna do that with all the brand new pictures. I'm gonna make it look real good.
Yeah, because I mean, because this place. Like,
I want to make it real family oriented.
Okay. Because let me actually tell you about this one. This really, I'm not even really managing it. It's more of a partnership. She had an Airbnb, right? And she was like, "Look, I want this to be passive, right?" And I'm like, "Okay, you want it to be passive? You don't want to do anything?" And she's like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Hey, let's just set up a deal. Whatever profit I make, I'll just give you 50% of it." I'm like, "Whoa, okay, I'll do that." And she goes, "Yeah, as long as you make it passive for me, I'll give you 50%." And she goes, "Also, another thing, any ones that I acquire in the future, I'll give you the same deal." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll definitely do that." And she's like, "I'd rather it be a partnership."
But she don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, she don't want to do anything, but I'm not doing anything either because I'm pretty much showing her how to automate it too. And she's like, "I'll just pay you for your expertise." So I tell people, get paid for your intellectual property, man. If you have something that's in your head, man, get paid for it. So she was like, anything else, and she's acquiring more arbitrages too. And she's like, "Hey, I'll set it up, and you just let me know if it's a good deal to you, and we'll run it." So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that Fort Worth one. That's what I was wondering. I'm like, man, does Steve get a lot of HomeAway? Because I'm still trying to learn the whole 3-bedroom in that area, and I know you were close to it. So.
Yeah, I've got a few from HomeAway, but not. I mean, the majority is still Airbnb.
Okay.
But that gets me thinking I should make it look a lot nicer on the HomeAway page.
Yeah, her HomeAway looks exactly like her Airbnb though.
Okay.
And she prices, but her minimum price I think is like the lowest it'll hit is like 115, 105 to 115. And she gets most of the people on VRBO, they're paying 130, 140 a night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, VRBO, man. And same with the first booking I got in Arkansas was VRBO. $400 for 3 nights. Right off the bat.
Sweet.
Yeah, so like VRBO, and I noticed like remember that guy we were talking about, the guy in South Carolina, I think, who always talks about VRBO. I'm starting to see his point though. It's easier for him to stay booked on VRBO and HomeAway because of his market. And the market of Arkansas seemed to be very VRBO HomeAway friendly. So I don't know. I don't know if it's like more of a rural thing. I think it's maybe rural areas.
That might be it.
Yeah, I like to talk to people from Shampoo and Booze about that as well, to see if they get like the high dollar off HomeAway.
Cool. I'm having some guests come in tomorrow, which is funny because my my cousin's finishing up on the flooring, right, for today, and so hopefully he's done by tomorrow. But anyways, I got some guests coming through, and there was this guy named Ahmad, and he was talking about coming in town for to celebrate a buddy's wedding. So to me, that instantly made me think bachelor party, right? Yeah. And so,
oh yeah.
And I'm like, he's like, is it cool? It's gonna be some of us, a group of us guys coming in for the celebrating our friend's wedding, this and that. And I was like, well, I'd be cool with it, but it's not for like y'all are gonna be drinking and partying hardcore, right? Like a bachelor party. He's like, oh no, don't worry, we don't drink. I guess Muslim, they don't drink. Mm-hmm. And so, but we're just gonna be having hanging out with our friend, having fun. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, I don't have any problem with it. And so they booked it. So which was shaping up to be a slow August. Mm-hmm. It actually it picked up quite a bit, and yeah. And what's funny, because like I heard this on another podcast, that don't freak out. I mean, keep your prices up to a nice level, and don't freak out if it's not booked and you get like a couple weeks away, 3 weeks away, because you get those people that are looking for a place that are just a few weeks out, mm-hmm. and then all the other spots are booked because they were priced whatever, and they booked them a long time ago. All those spots were booked up first, but you're the last man standing, so they got to pay your rates.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool strategy. Don't freak out, just wait it out, and you're gonna make it up in the end.
And that's like kind of with that timeshare trick I was telling everybody about. Like, go ahead and up your prices now and collect those larger margins, when I was telling them how to fix their issue with the $99 guest fee. And this is what I found with VRBO and Airbnb. Only lower your prices on Airbnb the week of, like this week right now. If you have a huge place and you're not gonna make your, because you should have, if you run an Airbnb, you should have like a minimum amount you need to make per week. So if you're not going to make that minimum per week, lower your prices that week, but don't lower them a week or two before. On VRBO, always have your prices sky high on VRBO, because people will pay it, always. And that's what it was with my Little Rock property. Someone 3 weeks out booked for way high for $125 a night for 3 nights. The other person, all my other ones were for this week, and then this week, and then this week, because I'm just lowering the prices because of that week, and then the next week they may pay the higher price. So Airbnb people book on a shorter term. That's what I'm noticing. Airbnb people book on a shorter term. On VRBO, they're not going to book on quite a shorter term because they know they can go cheaper on Airbnb. So that's how I always look at it. So yeah, don't ever freak out about that. I learned that a long time ago. I know exactly what day people are going to start requesting. People request bookings Wednesday through Friday, skyrocket. If you want to make money on the weekends, on Wednesday night, up your Friday through Sunday prices. I guarantee you're going to make a profit. Guarantee it every time.
Wow.
Yeah, like on a Wednesday, on every Wednesday of the month, I can easily make $1,000 every Wednesday. So that's $4,000 every Wednesday I can make.
Jeez.
Just by upping prices on Wednesday, because I know for a fact, this is on Airbnb though. Wednesday and Thursday, up your prices every night. I guarantee on the weekend you can double and triple your money, because people will be like, they're like, oh shit, it's the weekend. I want to go somewhere this weekend. Some people will be sitting around at work like, hey, y'all want to do this weekend? Let's go grab an Airbnb. I guarantee you, like, it never fails. Like, when my VA, like, I tell my VA on Wednesday, update the Friday prices. Works every time. Never fails. Dude. Yeah, never fails.
That's an LLT tip right there, y'all.
Yeah, never fails. Wednesday and Thursday, up your weekend prices. I guarantee you can make some money.
LLT tip. With a little ting in the glass. Boom.
Yeah, that's one I forgot to tell people. Yeah, that on Wednesday and Thursday. Because another thing, keep track, if you have like some sort of system, keep track of when bookings come in. So then you know this is when people are going to book, and that's when you can up your price. So, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like today, what's today? Wednesday?
Today is Wednesday, yeah.
I'm getting a bunch of reservations. That's why I'm getting a bunch of dings here and there.
Oh, okay. They booking you up.
Yeah, Wednesdays and Thursdays, man.
Here's one thing. Like we talked about earlier about, you know, it's however you decide to live your, you know, do your investing life or to try to do your hustle or to try to, you know, do whatever, get ahead and get out of the, I guess, the corporate rat race, if you know, it's all cliche. Mm-hmm. But however you decide to start doing something to improve your life, improve your situation and get out of the grind. And you want to start stacking money, and that's cool. I mean, that I guess people have goals. You know, okay, my corporate job pays me. I get paid $2,000 every 2 weeks or $3,000 every 2 weeks. If I can make $5,000 a month, you know, I'll be good. Mm-hmm. Or I make $6,000 a month, I'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they start thinking in money terms, and then okay, you're successful at your Airbnb, you're successful at your whatever your side hustle is. You start making that money, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. You know, it start rolling in. Mm-hmm. Then how, you know, to me, I guess I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. I guess I thought like, and I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there where my passive income is going to take care of me and my family. And we're building towards that. But like, if you start seeing those numbers rolling in, and we're starting to see a little bit of the numbers rolling in, and you don't have like, what's your reason? I mean, what are you doing it for? What is your goal, your end game? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of, because if you're just doing it to keep making more money and more money and more money, it's like you could be miserable. It could turn into like a real miserable situation, and it's not about how much money you make. You know, that sounds cliche too, but it's about what kind of life you're living and what kind of life you want, right? Yep. And so I'm asking you, Myka, the artist, what kind of life are you trying to build?
Man, I want freedom so I can have that time with my son. He doesn't have to go to school. When he's 16, I want to give him an option. Like, do you want to go into the corporate world, or do you want to help run the family business or work for me? And then you can move up in that. Like, you know what I mean? I want to give him opportunity. Freedom is my biggest thing. Like, I definitely don't want to be tied to a desk. I don't want to. It's like how you said the money thing. It reminds me of the movie. I don't know if you've seen the movie Belly. And DMX and Nas are sitting in the car, and DMX keeps talking about, yeah, man, we can get more money, more money, more money. Nas looks at him, he's like, dude, we got money. There's got to be no more to life than this. We know how to make money. What's the big deal now? It's something else. And then, like, at the end of the movie, He leaves New York and he starts traveling the world, and he's like, yeah, man, I've traveled the world. I've seen the world now. He goes, man, it's beautiful. It's a lot you don't know, man. He goes, I have the freedom to do that because you learn how to make money. Now you know how to do that. Okay, what do you do with it now? That's pretty much the whole. It was a very deep movie, man. Belly. It's like not your average like Boys in the Hood movie, but Nas, he always took it to another level. He's like, okay, we have money. What do we do now? You know, we can't just keep chasing money. Gonna eventually top out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, man, that's what I wanted, the freedom. And that movie actually helped me a lot to make always think like, okay, now you're making this much money. What do you do now? You know, freedom, traveling, seeing the world. You know, a lot of people, man. This is another thing I noticed. Like a lot of people, when you sit in one place your whole life, or just you've never got to travel the world, it really limits your brain. Like, you know, one thing I noticed that about the Arkansas market. Like even when trying to find a cleaner, it was just like, I kind of had to train the cleaner up on new technologies like turnover B&B, being paid automatically. Like the dude who took the pictures at my house, man, he's like, yeah, man, you can pay me in cash, and I can drop your disc off with all your pictures on it. I'm like, you don't have Dropbox? What's that? I'm like, dude, come on, man. You can't run a photo business and you're dropping off discs at people's house, man. What are you doing?
So, the 90s called.
Yeah, man. And like it was just, but it wasn't his fault. It's just he had been in Arkansas his whole life. You know, he never left. A lot of people. Like, and I think that really helped my parents too, because they that's where they grew up, but they left. They went to see the world. My dad was in the military. He's been to a whole bunch of different countries. My mom's traveled the world. You know, she's seen something else. So when you do that, man, it just really helps your mind. You know. And,
oh, big time.
Yeah, you know. So freedom, man. My back to my original answer. Freedom. Just having opportunities, creating opportunities for my kids. Yeah.
Sweet.
What about you?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Getting out of the rat race, the freedom thing, the freedom to. Man, I just, it does sound cliche too, the whole living on a beach thing, but I think that would be pretty cool. I
always tell my wife that.
I think because we love going to Padre, yeah. and it just somewhere you can see the sunrise over the water. I mean, that's just like, man, that's spiritual. That's really cool.
It is.
And what's cool about Padre, it's like it's a barrier island. It's like a long sliver along the coast.
Yeah, yeah.
So then in the evening, you walk to the other side. It's just like, I mean, it's real close. The other side, you're close to both sides. It's like like 500 feet away. I don't know. I don't know if that much. This is a little bit bigger, but just a little short walk to the other side, and you can watch the sunset into the water. That's awesome. It's like, man, that's so cool. I mean, that's really, it just feels good. And over here where we live now, I never see sunrises. I never see sunsets. Yeah. I wake up, I go to work, and it's dark. I get to work, get to my little office or whatever, and I don't see no sunrise. And I leave work, the sun already went down, because I work in overtime. It's just, man, I'm just missing out on a lot of sunrises and sunsets. And it seems that simple. I mean, it seems real simple to look at it like that. But if I could just live at a spot where I can enjoy a beautiful sunrise every day and a beautiful sunset and just have enough, for my family to be happy, that's really all I need. I ain't out trying to be a millionaire or a billionaire. I mean, it sounds intriguing. If I won the lottery, that'd be cool. But I don't play the lottery because it's a fool's game.
Maybe.
They call it a tax on the ignorant. But no offense to y'all lottery players. But and these
scratch offs. Go ahead.
Yeah, and these things we do, like the Airbnb thing, is great, and we're taking advantage of. It's kind of like the system is. The system's made a certain way. Okay, you got to grow up, you got to go to college, you got to get a good job, you got to do this, work till you're 65 and then enjoy the last few years and die. Yeah. This is the system set up. And then something they call it a disruptor. And then Airbnb comes along and it's like, it disrupts things. It's like, whoa, I can make some money off this thing that's costing me a lot of money every month. My house, I can make some money. Yeah. And so I think in life, you gotta take advantage of all these disruptors that come along. I know the governments or local governments or big brothers are gonna try to squash them. Yeah. But while they're not squashed, you gotta take advantage of these Ubers that come along, these Turos, these Airbnbs, VRBOs. I mean, whatever it is, the Fivers, all these places, or even like there's sites that you can go work in other countries and stay there for free at their spot,
For real, man.
And there's so many things you could take advantage of before the the big brother crushes them all, or tries to crush them. And I think all that contributes to you. You got to stack that cash and then just make it where you have enough in I wouldn't say savings because you don't get paid crap in savings, but in investments that are paying you money, either real estate investments that are paying you money or your stocks or your bonds that are paying you money. I mean, you just want to set it up where you're getting that income where you don't have to go to clock in, clock out at a job anymore.
Man, you just inspired me to stay off that corporate plantation after you just said that, man. When you can't see the sunrise, man, like every morning, me and Mahogany, before sunrise, I'm in the gym on a treadmill before the sun's up. You know what I mean? Nice. I have that freedom, and then after that, I can go home, do a little bit of work, training a VA, what do I have to do, to make my business run. But man, that is so true, man. I was so sick of that. I hated it. Like, I hate being on someone else's schedule. Like, that bothers me to an extent. Like, it just bothers me. I can't do it, Having my own schedule, man, I'm loving it, and then it's always, then I can spend my time thinking about what's next. What can I do next to grow this? Because right now, it's really the only thing that's just, like, really has me at a stuck position is, and you brought it to my attention, is, like, health insurance. Once I settle that game, once I get everything, by September 14th, I want everything settled to where my Airbnbs are running and I can get some health insurance for my family and I can pull Mahogany out the corporate world and we're just working on everything we want to do and doing what we love,
That's great, man.
Yeah.
And I told you my friend, she has the hookups on that.
Yeah,
on that
you
health
told me about that.
insurance.
So I've been looking at that. I'm definitely be getting in touch with you about that.
And that's been my biggest hang up too, because and at my job, I got good health. I always thought I had good health insurance, but I guess it's pretty good, and we pay like about $350 a month. I guess our company pays the rest of it. So I was thinking, well, I guess that's good. I guess out there in the real world, I'll be paying $1,000 or $1,500 a month. I don't know that would be, if I have it so good here, I was just assuming that I was gonna be paying that much. Mm-hmm. And my friend, she's always, she got into the health insurance game and whatever insurance game, and she got her licenses and stuff. I knew her from the group of college friends, and she started blasting Facebook, and it's so, Norman, he pointed it out too. You got it, the social medias, man, the power of the social medias, and he said, he said use them to grow your business, grow your whatever, your finances, all that stuff. And so and she did that, and she would put blasts out there. I got my degrees now, or I got my certificates, so I can get y'all hooked up on some good life insurance. She said even better than the Obamacare prices, and she's saying all this stuff, right? That's what she was putting out there. Just call me up and let me know, or and you'd see it go by, and there'd be like 0 likes or 1 like, because then a lot of the time nobody wants to get sold things on Facebook. It's just there's so many commercials and stuff. But she just kept at it. A lot of people just give up. Man, no one's even liking my things on Facebook. I'm not even going to put it out there anymore. But you're putting it in people's minds. Every time they scroll, they see that. And then so when one day comes in the future, it might be a month from now, it might be for a year from now. Oh yeah, that Jessica girl, she sells that insurance. Yep. And that's, she's passionate about it. I'm gonna hit her up, because they're instead of going to the yellow pages, what the fuck is that? It's the rum talking. Instead of going to the Google and trying to find something in your area and talk to a stranger, people know Jessica. They're gonna hit her up. Jessica Cifuentes. I'm gonna put a link for Jessica. Hey, why not? Just throw her name out there for our fans that are trying to do the non-corporate thing and trying to get their own health insurance. And hey, we ain't gonna get a dime from it. She's just a friend. I'm trying to, I'm gonna help her out. But she's because she's helping me out. She's helping us out. Trying to, after we leave our jobs, or you already left yours, but after I leave my job, I'm gonna need insurance. And so So I just automatically thought of her the other day when I had a shitty day at work, and I'm like, man, how much am I really saving? How much is this insurance holding me a slave to my job, Right. And so I did the numbers. I looked up how much I was paying, like $350 a month, and I said, Jessica, and I said, hey, I'm thinking of going into real estate full time. I've always been worried about leaving my job because of the insurance, and I said, I'm going to send you everything that I'm going to pull out from the, from the website for my insurance, what I get, how much I pay, blah, 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 and all the, all the copay, all this stuff. I sent her all the information. Yeah. And she came back with a number. She said, okay, for similar insurance to you, what you got right now for you and your family, it's going to be around $500, maybe $600 a month. And I was like, I already paid $350. So it's not even that big of a jump. Yeah. I'm putting up with a whole bunch of bullshit for that $250 difference. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, it's kind of pushed me further to get my foot out the door. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It is like, so whenever these things that are in your head that telling you why you can't do something. Yeah. Just do a little research and say, not why can't I, but how can I? Just change that question around, and then you'll start coming up with answers. Your mind will start coming up with answers.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. It's the mindset that you're willing to take on that's going to lead to where you want to go. If you look at things like, oh, I can't do it, you'll be sitting at a desk forever. But if you look at, okay, how can I do this? A whole bunch of doors start opening for you. And then I'm happy you said that about the insurance, because I got to look at how much we're paying. Once I figure that out, I can make a number, because I'm happy you said that. Because that's how that's how I've been able to create opportunities. I've looked at, okay, how much am I paying for this? Do I need this? Do I not need this? And one thing you said about the Minimalist podcast that I agree with you, they said that live only by the things you need. So everything that I look at that is an accessory to me that I want, I look at how can I get somebody else to pay for it. So when I mean by that, so like if I want Netflix, I write that off to my business, because I get Netflix and then I provide it to my guests. So my guests pay for it. I like watching the NFL. I'm an NFL Sunday ticket junkie. So I provide it to my guests. They pay for it. So I always look at your luxuries. Create a way for your luxuries to be a business, so someone else pays for it. A guy taught me that at a real estate meeting. He said he likes to drive around in limos and what are those, and not Bugattis, Rolls Royces. He goes, so he created a luxury car business. People pay to get these cars, so then he gets them for free from his business. I was like, that's genius, man. I was like, I like that. So, but he used his passion. He used his passion for things to fund it into a business, to where his passion is now free luxury to him. So that's how you have to look at things, man.
I like alcohol. I'm gonna open up a bar.
Straight up, seriously. That's how you look at it, though. Seriously,
no, I don't. That's dangerous for me. I shouldn't be
yeah.
working at a bar.
Yeah, but in general, you see what he's doing, though, and that really inspired me. I'm good. Man, I'm good. So I like that. Really inspired me. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because if you could make everything you like doing into like look at these people who like to sit up and play video games back in today. Like back 10 years ago, if you like to sit in the house and play video games, okay, do that. You're gonna have fun. Now they're getting paid off of it. My little nephew uploads videos on YouTube and gets subscribers and gets paid. Like, you can do that nowadays. You found a way. You can turn your passion into a moneymaker now, So it's a trip, man. I was like, man, I like the way you think about that. I was like, yeah, this guy taught me this at a real estate meeting. I was like, that's smart. So
that's great, man.
Yeah, man.
And I was thinking, too, I love art. I love music. I love doing those things. And just working like crazy with overtime and stuff, and then doing the real estate thing on the side, and then Airbnb. Man, I just don't have time for it. I ain't doing it at all anymore. And one thing I was thinking, I'm really gonna step up my game at the Hearst House. It's called Art House Hearst.
Put art in there. Yeah.
And there's art in there now, but I really want to go even further, man. Maybe some cool murals. Yeah. I'm gonna start doing art parties and stuff, and letting the artists, do some things there and set up their stuff for sale. I love all that stuff. I love art, music, and stuff like that. And so and I was thinking maybe I can rent it out for artists to do their exhibitions and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then you can go there for free. Part of the deal is I got to be there, but I love being there. Yeah. I love being around art and music and stuff like that. So, it would be a way. It's a business. Yeah. But it's a business and the passion that I love, the passions that I love. And so it's like I'm not even working. It's not even a job. It's something I love to do. Oh, Friday's coming. There's a art party coming on at the Art House Hearst. They paid me $500 to reserve the place for Friday night. Hey, and I get to be there hanging out. If you're doing something you love, that's the true definition of passive income. If you're sitting there making money and you like doing this, to me that's passive income. It's passive. It's time's going by. It's passive.
It's a little bit better than passive, because passive, you sit at home and here comes a check in the mailbox. Hey, I made money.
Exactly.
I don't know. Would you call it hyper passive? Because it's doing something. It's not only you're getting paid for doing nothing. You're getting paid for doing something you love. So it's more than passive. It's aggressive income. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's a good name
Maybe
for
that's
it.
not the right
aggressive
word.
income. You know, seriously, that's something to think about, though. You know, man, if you can make money doing something that you love and it's not draining you, man, that's the best thing you can do in life. And I think in America, man, a lot of people just don't get that opportunity, man. They seriously just don't get that opportunity. But at the same time, some people don't want that opportunity. That's what it comes down to. They don't want it, you know.
They love the Matrix, bro.
Yeah.
They want to be plugged in.
Yeah, they want to be plugged in, man.
That's what I tell, like, when at the time clocking in the mornings or something. I said, and then there's some, people around or some buddies around. I'm like, we do like the hand, this fingerprint thing, right? You type in your employee number, you stick your finger, bleep, you know. He goes, all right, I'm plugged into the Matrix now.
Yeah, for real. Straight up, man. That's exactly how it works. Touch that time clock. For real.
For real. But I'm stacking the cash right now, trying to work a lot of overtime, trying to get things accomplished. Because not only will the overtime dry up one day I'm going to step out that door, man.
Yeah.
I'll step out that door. And I'm stacking up the travel miles, too. Because, what if I don't have flight benefits anymore? I thought about that. Yeah. And so...
but aren't you locked in?
When's
that year?
That's the thing. I have a couple more years to be locked in.
What
so
year?
I don't know. I might... let's see, maybe 2020, maybe 2 more years to be locked in. But we'll see because we're supposed to get a new contract. We're a union group, so we're supposed to get a new contract, and they're talking about doing some buyouts and stuff. I don't know if that's gonna be part of the deal. If we can keep our flight benefits, I might have to bounce because that would be great. Keep flight benefits and get like a whole year's salary.
Yeah, I might bounce too. I'll be with you. I'll be out that door, man.
Right.
But yeah, you just have to calculate the flight benefits, though, man. You can't beat that.
But you got them too by your travel rewards.
Yeah, I had travel hack.
How many miles you got?
Well, none now.
Now. You used them all?
Yeah. Well, what we did was we made a decision. We're like, okay, me and Mahogany sat down like a couple weeks ago. We're like, man, do you think we're done traveling for the year? But we can get more by the end of the year. But she was like, I think I'm done traveling. So we're like, that's what we decided. It's like all the floors and stuff in the house. We turned our travel miles into cash and just cashed out and did that instead.
Oh, that's cool. You can use it for whatever, man.
So we took I think it was like $1,800. We just took it and cashed out. We could have turned them into travel miles that would have been like $2,000. So forget it. We'll just cash out and just remodel the house. So that's another thing you can do with it too. You could remodel your house, take it for cash if you want.
Travel miles, travel awards. You got to get in on those, man.
Yeah.
And the do you have the Chase one? Do you have the Chase one?
I have a Chase Business Inc., a Chase Business Preferred, and a Chase Sapphire.
So each one of those, when you signed up, gave you like 50,000 or something like that.
You have to spend it to get it.
Oh, okay.
So we have a total of 4 Chase cards, 2 business, and then 2 personal.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know you can get multiple Chase cards if you're married, and if you're married, you can get 4 Chase cards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then also if you have an LLC with two owners on it, you can get two Chase for business, and then 2 for your personal. So we have a total of 4.
Okay. You haven't tried the AA Advantage one yet?
No, I haven't tried it yet.
They give you 60,000 miles for signing up.
For signing up?
Just for signing up, yeah. Well, you sign up and you got to spend, I think, 3 G's and
oh yeah, okay.
In like 4 months or something like that.
I know that.
Which it's easy to do in this
this
society. And there's the Barclays one. That's like another.
I got a Barclays.
Yeah, that's like 50,000. They give you 50,000 right off the bat, right?
No.
Okay. Well, this one that I've seen at work is they give you 50,000 miles. You got to use it. You got to make one purchase. You can buy a stick of gum, and you get your 50,000 miles.
Oh, I'll have to check that out then.
Check it out, the Barclays one. And then of course they say the Holy Grail is the Southwest one, because once you get 110,000 miles, which is easy to get because when you sign up for it, you get 50,000. Then you can sign up for the business one and get 60,000, and boom, you're locked in at 110. And then you can get the cool thing about that, you qualify instantly for like a buddy pass. So like if you with that 110,000 miles, let's say you're going to spend 10,000 to fly somewhere, Mahogany could fly with you for 0 miles. You get a buddy pass locked in. So that's the Southwest one. You got to look into that.
Oh yeah.
If y'all do a lot of in the country travel,
yeah,
it comes in. Yeah, it's a badass one. The Southwest one.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
And you locked in 2 years with that buddy pass. So after that 2 years, you get Mahogany to sign up for hers and do the same thing. Boom, boom, get that 110,000 miles, and then you get the buddy pass again for you for the next.
Dang, man, you learned that off Choose FI?
Yeah, Choose FI. I've heard it on Choose FI, and I've heard it on the Bigger Pockets Money.
Really?
And they had the guy, the godfather of travel miles. He started it all way back in the day. He's gone through millions of miles because he does all those, signs up for every single card. Right now at this moment, he said he has over 40 credit cards, but he signs up for all of them and get all those 50,000, 60,000 initial miles.
Yeah.
And then he'll just bounce to the next one, bounce to the next one, bounce to the next. And he even like buys stuff through different portals to get as many miles as you can for each purchase that he gets. You know.
Yeah.
He goes through different like portals on the internet, and he uses the card at the very end, and it somehow it triples his points. Yeah. He does all. He says, you know, he recommends people starting to do travel hacking with these credit cards. Start off with one, get the reward, use it, and build up, and then go to the next one. You know, do one at a time. What he's doing is PhD level stuff. He said we're like junior high, right? You're starting out or grade school. He's at PhD level, so he's telling you what all he does, and he gets millions of miles. He always flies for free, and but yeah, look into it. Even the Choose FI app that I heard it today. It was on travel miles, so I'll send it to you. But it was really cool.
Wow, yeah, a lot of people are getting into it because did you see that? I posted an article that the Chase, they said they lost 3.2 billion, or it was like 3.2 bill or no, it was like 320 million. I'm sorry, in a quarter. Which isn't a big deal because they make like X amount of billions per quarter. But they said they are seeing people the kickback, which isn't hurting them, but they're saying like, oh wow, if more people were to get on that, I don't know if they'd stop it, but yeah, they'd be like, oh, because like the Chase business card, I will say this, they cap it. They put a cap on how many miles, how many triple points they'll give you.
Oh, okay.
It's like 300,000.
Right.
Because they know like, hey, you can rack them up fast.
Yeah. I know, and when that article too that you referred to, maybe they put it out there on the slide to show other people, look, we're losing money giving people miles. Sign up for our card, and you can abuse this too, kind of way, because they know in the end they're probably gonna win. Because most people, if they ain't disciplined, they're gonna end up with a big balance. They're gonna end up paying them a lot of money.
There you go. Let's not tell people. I'm like they have that interest calculated in of like the people that aren't disciplined with it. So yeah, man.
And that's like. What, 70% of Americans, maybe higher, that aren't disciplined with credit cards.
Yeah, maybe even higher.
But it's another cool hack, man. You gotta find all these life hacks out, man. Make life easier for you.
Straight up.
You gotta hustle, but you know, the hustle muscle, right?
Yeah, gotta hustle.
As Norman says.
Had to pay the cost to be the boss.
Pay the cost to be the boss. Yeah, man. So get on that Robin Hood thing.
I gotta check
and make that money. Do that ping pong. Oh, right away my cousin bought. He got it on there through me, right? You know, because I sent him the link. And the first two stocks he bought was both weed stocks. So
yeah, got it, man. Those marijuana stocks, man. I told you I sold all my stocks, right?
Really?
Yeah, I dropped out. I sold everything.
Damn.
Yeah, I sold everything. I'm on. If something comes by me that's good, I'll hop on it. But yeah, I sold everything. Yeah, I sold it and I made some money off of it. I sold everything at double the price that I bought it for. So I was like, I'll just make some money, you know. Of course, it's a little bit of a cut because those commission fees. So that's why I got to get on that Robinhood. But
Robinhood, zero fees, baby.
I got out of the stock market game, and I'm just going full into real estate right now and arbitraging.
Okay, cool. You still got you don't have any index funds, nothing?
Mm-mm.
Oh wow.
Nothing. I may need to hop in those. I need to see if somebody. I tried to get tried to put 3,000 into a VT Sachs, but they were closed. They weren't taking anymore. So,
really?
Yeah, they weren't taking anymore. So if they open back up into a Vanguard, I might put $3,000 into a Vanguard. Let it sit there.
Because I got Robinhood, that Robinhood app.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just said Robinhood. The Acorns app.
Okay.
Yeah, and that one they use Vanguard. They invest in Vanguard funds.
Yeah.
So, and they charge you $1 a month to invest with them. So,
See, I may need to help. See, the only thing, my problem with Acorns is this: I buy everything on credit, so I don't have any spare change.
no, you just link your credit card.
I don't think it will. I tried it.
Really? I think fine. I think fine.
You have a credit card or a debit card linked?
I linked the debit and I linked the credit because I used to use my Discover one a lot, and it would round up on the Discover too.
Okay, I'm gonna try it again with my Chase because at first it was giving me some kickback. Hopefully they fix it, and I'll start doing that.
And now I linked my because I'm not doing the Discover one anymore because I'm doing the travel hacking. So I did the AA Advantage card, so I linked that one on there, and it's doing all the roundups. Plus, you can put a monthly investment in there too.
Oh yeah, okay.
So, but they, like I said, they charge $1 a month to service the app for you, and they buy all the stocks and all that stuff. But that's cheap.
Yeah, $1 a month, and then they probably have 1,000 something users, X amount of users a month. So yeah, they're making money.
Millions of users. It's popular. Yeah,
really?
Acorns is popular. Yeah. So that one you just sit there and let your money grow. You don't do any investing. The other one, the Robinhood one, is more for fun. For I see a stock. And one stock, did I tell you that about the Square stock, the Square app?
I remember you saying something about it.
Yeah, dude. I was just I don't know. I'm intrigued by it because, like I said, even when we were in Maui, this little Asian dude had a little convenience store across from us, right in this condo, and he just freaking loved. I told him, oh, you got the Square reader, the Square, because he had like an iPad set up and everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. It's the best, and it's so simple, and they charge you only one fee, and he's just passionate about a damn cash register, pretty much, right? Yeah. But he loved it because it's nice and sleek, nice setup. He swiped the card, and then he even had a little iPod next to it. He makes sure not a iPhone, an iPod. Right there, set up next to it, where it shows your itemized things, and he had the whole setup. He liked it so much, he got the whole shebang. Just 'cause it looked cool. It looks really cool, and it makes everything simple. He said, "Oh, they say I could save money with another payment thing, but I just like it's so simple, and it's one fee, and I know what I'm gonna pay, and as a business, it's easier to just keep track of one fee, and it looks."
I have a question: does he accept cash?
Oh yeah, he accepts cash too, and he don't do two different levels. Because I know a lot of mom and pop shops say cash is this price, but if you want to pay with a card, it's going to cost this much just to recoup their swipe fees. A lot of mom and pop joints do that, but yeah, he accepts both. But he just loved the Square, and I see everywhere, businesses everywhere, like small businesses, cash. Everybody loves Square, dude. I'm like, I should invest in that stock because it's going to be the Apple of buying shit. I tell my friends it's the Apple of buying shit. Yeah. And they incorporate all their products with Apple products, which makes it even cooler, has that cool level.
I'm going to have to look into that because I noticed, like, even when I bought my furniture from my arbitrage, I bought it, the guy was using the Square at the register because I wouldn't start buying bulk furniture.
Yeah. And a funny story, we're running long, whatever. We're drinking rum, having a good time. They're like, when are they going to talk about Airbnb? Airbnb's cool. Get on them and do your thing. But my buddy told me that he went to a place over in Saginaw called Cotton Patch is the restaurant. They have cotton. It's a corporate restaurant. It's a corporate chain, whatever. And he said he went there. They paid their, they ate. They're ready for their check.
Yeah.
And so they said, "Oh, sorry, sir, but our system's down right now. Something's wrong with the server." They started saying something. Could you just wait a little bit? We're trying to get this fixed. And so they're waiting. They already ate their meal. They're ready to leave, right? Yeah. They're waiting 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. There's nothing. Still, they're like they want to go. This and they see people getting up and leaving. And he's like, "Well, crap, this isn't our fault. Why are you keeping us here?" And he's like, he started getting pissed. He's like, "I want to talk to your manager." He goes, and the lady asked him if he had cash. Well, no, I don't have, who carries cash anymore, kind of thing. Yeah. And so called the manager over. "Oh yeah, we're just a few more minutes," and kind of like treating him bad, right? And he's like, "Well, give me your card. I'll try to swipe it with the old school." And he said, "Oh, that didn't work. It's not." And he's like, "Man, we want to go. This isn't our problem. This is your problem. You can't just hold us here hostage." And, "Well, all right, let me try one more time. I think the system's up." And he said he tried it one more time, the manager dude. He's like, "Oh, well, it didn't go through. Here you go." He gave him his card back, just like that, being all rude as crap to him.
Yeah.
And he said, man, he took his card and they left. They left without paying, right? Because, I mean, what can they do? The system was down.
Yeah.
And so, and he said, what pissed him off the most was the way he was treated by them, by the manager and by this and that. Instead of, sorry, sir, we know we didn't. What pissed him off too, the manager asked him, well, if you could write your credit card number and the information on a piece of paper, and then we can, whenever the system's back up, we can, charge it. He's like, I'm not giving you that.
Hell no. We lost your mind?
But the manager was a dumbass. Instead of turning into a situation, we're sorry, everything like this happened. We're gonna comp your meals. You're loyal customers. We love you.
Yeah.
Instead, and you would have still kept a customer. But he said, we're never going back to that damn cotton patch after what they treated us like that.
Yeah.
And all that could have been avoided if they had, just as a backup, that Square app that they could have accepted some card on a damn iPad. They could have just, okay, well, our system ain't working. We're going to walk around the table with this iPad and people swipe it, boom, boom, boom. They could have avoided all that crap.
Yeah.
They could have, they lost customers because of that.
Yeah.
So it's a long story, but yeah, that's what.
I mean, most restaurants have them on their tables now. Applebee's has it on their table.
Right.
Yeah, you can just swipe your card on their Square. Yeah, you're right. You may be onto something. How much is the stock?
It's about $76 right now a share. And it was funny because I told my investment club, I told them, hey, man, I'm starting to notice this thing. I'm starting to see Square everywhere. And it's at $60 right now. It's at a good price. I think it's a decent price, And it's been doubling like every year. I think we should get on this Square app. I mean, this Square stock. And they voted it down for whatever reason. They didn't give it a reason. They just didn't want to buy it. And it was like a week or so later, they linked up with the Cash app. Square linked up with the Cash app, and their stock jumped $15, dude. I told my buddies, you see, we should have bought this crap. I told you.
Oh, Cash app.
The Cash app, and a lot of millennials. I know.
I don't like Cash
a lot.
app.
I know. I tried it for a little while. I didn't care for it. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I heard it's a lot better now. But millennials swear by it. They love the Cash app.
Yeah, they do.
And it jumped, and so they're combining with that cool thing. So both of them have the cool factor. They're joining forces. That's a big deal, man. I'm thinking of buying some stock into them.
Cash app, I probably would buy into. I probably would buy into Cash app. I could see Cash app getting bought by somebody.
Right.
Like, that's also probably another way to easily communicate through Airbnb is to send somebody your Cash App tag. Just saying, man, if you could send somebody your Cash App tag and they Cash App it and you give them a... Dude, you can't beat that, man. I don't know, man. I have my little things about, but I mean, it's a good service, though. But yeah, everyone tells me to Cash App them, which I'm happy to do on, like, if it's like a contract or something, I'm happy to do a Cash App.
Right.
Yeah, I like it for that. But yeah, that's interesting. I definitely would invest in Cash App because I could see. I don't know if PayPal would buy them, but I could see somebody trying to buy Cash App because it's too convenient.
Yeah, big time.
Because the guy, even in Arkansas, the guy who did the electric work, he was like, just Cash App me. And he, boom, that quick. And he's like, oh yeah, hit my account. Left.
Disruptors in the industry.
Yeah, Cash App might be one of them. I could see Cash App. Yeah, I could see Cash App being one of them. I could see somebody buying Cash App. It'd probably be like I could see PayPal buying them, if anybody.
Yeah, that's true. A direct competitor, right? They're trying to do the Cash App type thing. Well, with Venmo.
Yeah,
Venmo's kind of popular.
How fast does Venmo hit your account?
Pretty quick. I don't know.
Because I've been taking my for my corporate clients. I've been taking my payments through Cozy. Mm-hmm. But I was talking to Al Williamson. He said he only does Venmo and PayPal. So I was like, have you taken payments through like PayPal and Venmo?
Yeah,
you have.
Mm-hmm. PayPal's cool because there's no fees. Okay. I guess Cash App's the same. They're probably all similar. If you pay in like bank account to bank account, there's no fees. If you use a credit card, that's when the fees hit.
Okay, so I may start taking payment through PayPal then for my corporate clients because I've been doing Cozy so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that ain't really just the.
I think you should have all different tools, because not everybody has PayPal, not everybody has cash, not everybody has whatever Venmo. You know, but it's good to have all of them as a business, so you can accept all different types.
Yeah.
And just like the guy, usually I don't see the guy that mows my yards. And but I saw him today, and I say, hey, what's up, Mexican dude, of course. And and I told him, because I send them the money through my credit union has a way to send it, but the only thing when you're doing it with banks, it's gonna take like 2 or 3 days because they're not hip to the game like cash and PayPal.
Yeah.
And so I told him, I keep telling him try to get a PayPal. He hadn't done it yet, but I told him, you know what would help your business a lot is because not everybody uses cash anymore. If you signed up for Square, because if you sign up for Square, because he has the little flyers and stuff, you sign up for Square and then you put like credit card symbols on there. I said, man, I mean, so many more people would hire you because they don't want to deal with cash anymore. Dude. They don't want, even paying the lawnmower guy, they don't want to deal with cash.
Dude, that's my biggest issue with my lawnmower guy. Like, I literally have to go to the bank every time he comes. Like, but if he would just simply get PayPal, Square, Cash App, it's so much easier to pay you.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to keep it on file too. Like for your business, like, hey, this is my lawn maintenance guy, $40 every Friday or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's an issue. Yeah, I tell all people that, man, be up to date with technology, especially when it comes to a business. Be up to date with technology. That's like my biggest gripe with certain people, man. If I have to go to the bank to pay you, we have a problem. Straight up. But
oh man! So if you learn anything from this episode that we rambled through and drank rum through, be up to date with technology.
Straight up.
If you're listening to this on an 8-track, up your game a little.
Straight up. So like your lawn guy, you said you pay him in cash?
Well, I pay him from my bank to his Wells Fargo bank. I do like a pay that way. Huh?
Zelle?
No, because he doesn't have email. Damn. He don't have an email. But there's a way for me with my credit union, because I would pay through Zelle through Chase. Zelle's great.
I love Zelle.
If you have email, you have to have an email though. But so I had to figure, like you said, I had to figure out a way to pay this dude when I can't see him. I'll be at work all day. Yeah. I won't be able to be there and go get cash and pay him, Yeah. And so he has Wells Fargo, and I've actually dropped off cash at his Wells Fargo on my lunch break before, which is still inconvenience, right?
Yeah,
I have to go to my ATM at work. Yeah. I have to go over there to the bank and drop off the cash at his bank and do the old school, fill out the slip with all the numbers of his account. I mean, super inconvenient. But anyways, I was able to pay from my credit union directly to his Wells Fargo account with I guess the way that my credit union does it, and it hits the account and like it'll say like 5 days, but if I pay a $2 fee, it gets there the next day. So I always do. I mean, I'll pay $2 just so he can have his cash the next day. Yeah, a little more convenient for him, and it works out. It works out that way. But I had to research and find a way to make it convenient for me.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Zelle, now, like you were saying, Zelle's instantaneous. Like, if you do corporate clients, I love Zelle.
Yeah, I pay my cousin with Zelle. My cousin that's doing the hardwood floors.
For real?
I pay him with Zelle, yeah.
Yeah, Zelle, I love Zelle. Zelle's like, boom, boom. You're done, no fees.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, he freaked out. He's like, wow, you just told me you sent the money. It's already in my account. How?
Yeah, I love
and
Zelle.
He's a Chase. He has a
Chase account.
Yeah, Chase account.
Yeah, see, I use Zelle with my Wells Fargo account. I love Zelle, man. Like my dad, because like we just bought tickets to the LSU game up here at the stadium. And I was like, hey, man. He was like, hey, I was like, look, I'll just pay for you guys. Just send me your money for everybody's ticket. He's like, okay, cool. And he just sent it through Zelle right there. Like, his computer was already in my account.
Damn.
Yeah, I love Zelle. Yeah. Zelle's the truth.
That's awesome, man. It's the world's becoming more convenient for everybody.
We'll call this episode Convenience.
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 Or the Rum app. One of the two.
Rum app.
So that was a good episode, man. This is always fun connecting with you.
Definitely.
2 shows in a row in the studio.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. I know everybody's probably like, oh, the Myka guy, he ain't never on no more, man. You know? Nah, I'm still here, man. Still kicking, still living, still letting, still thriving.
Boom.
So, yeah.
That's how we do.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, man.
All right, where can they find us?
Find us at Live Let Thrive on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube at Live Let Thrive. Remember, sign up if you want to be an Airbnb host. Sign up under us. If you have a new listing, sign up under us. And if you're in the DFW area, we will personally come to you and give you a free consultation.
Sweet. And sign up for BSTV while you're there. You know, all the freaking channels you'd ever need in your life. Even the dirty ones, if you like the dirty ones. Just put a code on there, okay, so the kids can't see it. And anyways, yeah, all the pay-per-views, all the everything, you get it all for $30 a month. It's insane, and it's probably not too legal, but it's insane, and you should do it. It's legal, and so yeah, so enjoy, and I'm glad we love you, fans. And sorry we're rambling on for so long. I hope your commute to work is like an hour long, because this you get to hear most of the show that way. But you're about to hear Mahogany's cool voice signing us off the show.
Oh, yeah, by the way, my Little Rock art place just got instant booked again. Ching, ching. Boom. So, yeah. But, yeah. Well, thanks for listening. Steve put out an awesome memo on the Live Let Thrive page thanking all the fans. Definitely thank y'all for listening and hanging in there with us. We know we're a bit raw at times, but thank you.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. All right, Live Let Thrive out.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.